Hi, welcome everyone, and I'm Nicole Hurd, the Biz Bestie, and welcome to my first webinar, The Visual Sale. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to let everybody get settled and welcome you all to the webinar. And if you've got any questions or you'd like to let me know what you're interested in getting out of it, please pop your questions in the chat box. Alrighty, let's get started. So as I said, I'm Nicole Hurd, and I've created this webinar so it's interactive. So if I am speaking about something and you'd like to share it with me, please pop it in the chat box. And if I'm not going to answer it, I will get a chance and I will answer your questions. So thanks for being with me. So I'm just going to swap to the slide view at the moment, and so you can have a look around, and let's get started. All right. Do you understand why you're making a video and how that video will work for you in your business? Also, how is it going to help your audience take action? The world of video is a noisy place, and video without an excellent strategic point of view isn't going to cut through the noise. It just adds to it, and you're overwhelmed. Video is no longer a specialty that you can only achieve success when produced professionally. The best converting videos are actually those that you can create on your phone and even with a shaky hand. But this doesn't give us an excuse not to be intentional when we're planning and creating our videos. Okay, we're going backwards. Sorry about this. So a little about me. So many of you would have seen me around online. I've been self-employed for 18 years and over. And after many family traumas in the space of 18 months and running a business and learning how to find my inner strength most of the time, I decided the best way to help other women was through sharing my knowledge in business to help them find the resilience and inner strength within themselves and be able to help them create successful businesses. Along with my many years of experience being a businesswoman, I'm an avid learner and have many certificates, certifications, etc. to help women move forward. I have a passion for technology and I love the adrenaline rush that I get from seeing women in their power. So what is the visual sale? How many of you on the webinar today believe that your business is different from everyone else's on this webinar? We all have one thing in common, that we are not unique. We all need clients, buyers, and customers. The visual sale is videos that you create, know, like, connect, and convert with your audience. We are all in business to sell, or alternative, we have a hobby, even though it may be well paid. Video allows us to develop relationships with people and to create an efficient sales funnel. If we use the mindset, unless we show it, whatever it is, it doesn't exist, which means we've got to be willing to show the thing. And often if we are a service-based business, we are that thing. So before you say, there's no way I could do that, try saying, is it possible? And how is it possible? Here are recent facts about how our audience are viewing videos and the effects videos can have on the decision process to buy. There are lots of facts there to support the use of video. The way we market is changing because we like to know whom we are buying from. Video gives us that chance to see each other. How many of you follow or buy and engage with others because you have met them, seen them in co-working online, you've met them at a networking event, or a part of the same course? The fact that 28% of smartphone owners watch a video on their device once a day, 33% of tablet owners, so iPad owners, watch 1 hour of video per day, and up to 92% of those mobile video consumers share videos with others. So let's talk video content. Although we will speak about algorithms, when creating videos, remember to keep your target market, your ideal client in mind when you're creating them. Your target market or ideal client is simply the person who will pay for your services, your paying client. People buy from people they know, so when your audience starts to recognize you, they're more likely to buy from you. You want them to go from a browser to a passive audience, to an engager, to a paying client. Similar to all marketing goals, we need to create a journey for all our audiences and clients to go on. For example, on a website, we start at the home page, then we can move to the About Me page, to a sales page, and then the Contact Me page. So before we move on, have we got any questions? No questions? All right, we'll move on to the next stage. Discoverable content. So this is for the audience that has no idea who you are. This is inbound marketing process of attracting clients to your business. Did you know that 70% of consumers have already made their buying decision before they actually come and buy from you? Which means marketing is an integral part of our business, visibility and consistency and trust. In the online space, we have become skeptical in our content. We need to create trust. If people don't believe you and in the outcome you are promising, they won't buy from you. The awareness stage is where we begin the process of attracting people to our business, where we position ourselves as an expert. We spell out how we will improve our clients' lives. Usually they have stumbled across your content from a recommendation or via a search engine on one of the many platforms. It does trigger something in them to want to see what value you can bring to them. This is where knowing your niche, target audience, ideal client, your avatar, knowing the language they speak is essential. You have created an expectation for these clients or audience. A way to increase trust is to teach your audience something they don't know. If you have been successful, you have quickly confirmed they were right to watch. Awareness is the necessary part of your branding, and it's the beginning of the get to know you process. There are several ways that people will find your videos. Through suggested content, either by you in groups or others. If you're lucky, through your search engines that you have successfully optimized. And the easiest way to optimize is to know your keywords and key phrases that you tag your videos. YouTube, you use up to 500 characters to use as tags. Facebook, we can use up to 8 tags. Instagram is up to 30, but at the moment 11 is recommended. LinkedIn is recommended to use 3. And for our website, we SEO it. In the email today I will provide you with a link on how to add tags to Facebook and YouTube videos. You can subscribe at BizBestie on YouTube if you'd like to follow along. The next tip is to use your title effectively. You are choosing a descriptive title that will make your video easily searchable. With Facebook seeing more than 2 billion searches every day, it'll be worth it to optimize your videos for search. Remember to use these words your audience uses, as these are the words they will use when they search for a question, problem, or research they're doing. Don't use the phrase on how we would state them. So if you have a question, where do you go and find the answer? Where do you search? What language do you use? And how do you describe what you're needing? At the time, you're considering what you need, not how your practitioner or the service provider or the product seller is going to describe an item. You're thinking about what you want. A discoverable video creates your first impression, so it is worth putting in the extra effort. These are the videos that you may want to produce and edit to make a first impression. So if you're using a Mac, you can record the video via Zoom and then cut out the bits you don't like in iMovie. But remember that people do like imperfection and vulnerability. People learn who you are and what you do before you ask for the buy-in from them. It is time to be the best you, so it is worth putting in a little bit more effort. Also, I will provide you with the link to create a playlist so you can keep people to keep watching your Facebook videos or your YouTube videos. And this also does trigger a response in the algorithm to people that are staying on the platform and they're watching your videos. So any of the social media platforms will actually boost your videos. We want your audience to extend their viewing session and click to watch the next video is a great call to action. End in language like, hey, I hope this video is helpful, or subscribe and I'll see you in the next video, stops people from staying to watch. And 30 to 40% of your audience will remain to watch your video and consume more content if they've found your first video inviting. All right, so we've covered a lot of information about the discovery video. Have we got any questions at this point? All right, we'll move on. Community content. Community content is where your audience and followers are yours. Also known as the consideration phase, it's content marketing and the act of teaching and problem solving to continue and earn trust and give value. So this is probably what you're already all awesome at, creating relationships, giving value, and having people stop by your page with your different posts of value, your fun, about you, tips, and all of that sort of stuff. You're already probably all really well versed in giving value. You have captured your client's interest and they identify your audience and followers. So they become yours. You've captured them and they're interested in what you're giving them. These people have said yes. They want more videos from you. They commit to being passive clients, an audience that hasn't paid you yet. Our goal is to continue to give value and create growth through the know, like, and trust. And engagement is our focus. The aim is to speak directly to these people. Let's continue to build relationships with them. What can you create to increase engagement on your platform? What value can you give? How can we ask our audience to contribute? What can we say to them? For example, I can say, ladies, I know you're already showing up consistently without using video or including Facebook Lives into your strategy. How do you think you can use discovery videos in your plan? So if you've got any ideas how you can increase engagement in your content plan, please share them in the chat box. So just recapping, community content is about what you're already doing, but only placing it in video, because as women, we are nurturers. So if there's no more questions, let's move on to the sales content. So sales content is asking for the sale. We're asking someone to invest in you, and and they have an understanding they're going to invest time, cost, and priority in you. Sales content is about making it easy for your audience to say yes to prioritizing your products and services enough to pay for them. It's time now. This is where we use those ending words. It's time to use words like download, sign up, buy, subscribe here. But often these words are the ending language. So please join our mailing list or subscribe or download my freebie here, sign up here, and the list goes on. The language generally stops people watching us. This is why when we use sales content intentionally, we know what outcome we want from it, money, time, or priority, because it does stop people from watching it. So if people are getting into your content and they're loving it and they see a sales video, which sales is also sign up and all the words we've already used, we have to be aware that these people will go off and do what we ask and possibly not come back to our content. So that's why we need to use sales language very intentionally. Sales messaging is about the responses that clients think they want, not what we want to tell them. Consumers expect to get great information. Don't be the businesswoman who only likes to talk about their business, therefore doesn't focus on what the audience is asking and answering what the questions your audience wants to hear. This also means being of service to them by exchanging your zone of genius for an equal investment. Don't assume your audience knows this. We have to actually sell. We have to make offers and promotions. Now, if there's the most important slide of the day, I really want you to write this down. The goal of sales content is to make it easy for your client to say yes to prioritizing your service or product for them. So the easier we make it in sales videos to say yes to your service, the easier it is for them to want to invest in you. So if you take anything away from today, it is to make it easy for your client to say yes. Okay, so our goals are to use client's language. We want them to know that we know what they feel and how they want to feel. If our clients ask, we answer. We answer these questions even if we feel uncomfortable with the answer, because the vulnerability in those answers will create truth and always creates trust. Remember, your imperfections create trust. Even the shaky hand videos are often the highest converting. And over-polished providers can create distance between where your client is now and where they think you're at. So if you're overly perfect, you may actually lose that connection or relationship, that they don't understand that you've been through where they are now. And don't be icky. And icky for me is not standing in my integrity and worth and not owning my inner power. Right, let's talk about the process. Although we're talking about content for videos, these strategies work in any marketing strategy. Whether or not you have been following me or another business coach, you would have learned of these process of funnels. So the discoverable video is the lead magnet. The community video is the email sequence. And the sales email is where we ask for the sale. We've covered all three types of content and when and where and why we use them and what outcome we should expect from these videos. How often you sell is up to you and the sensitivity of your audience. It is important that you include sales content regularly in your plan. And if you haven't, some of your audience won't be happy when you start to sell to them. So be sensitive and introduce this into your strategy. But don't not introduce a sales strategy. Know your audience. We need to have beacon content. We need to be consistent with our content on our pages, channels, websites, podcasts, whatever you use to promote your business. You cannot sell to an audience that you haven't given value to. And as women, we nurture and we're not comfortable in selling. But the truth is we have chosen to be in business, so we need to sell. So put in that occasional video to help your audience want to buy from you. Alrighty. Can change the layout. So using video, it becomes really important in our strategy and adding to our content. But as you can see, all of this content is valid whether you're still writing content or sharing videos. Has anybody got any questions up to this point? Just trying to find. Cheryl, the videos differ depending on which video you're creating and what the client is asking from you, depending on what sales video you're providing. So some videos can be 90 seconds and some can be 10 minutes. Don't create video because of the time limit, because you really need to be specific to your client's needs. And it doesn't really matter, even though the algorithm may say it does. If you have your client's attention span, then it doesn't matter how long that video is. Just make sure you're specific and to the point and using your client's language to get to there. So it is really important in all sales videos, in all content, is to know your client. And I know that a lot of us get a little bit, we shy away from the word ideal client and avatars and all of that sort of stuff. But in the end, it is the person who's going to pay you. So when they're speaking to you, what language do they use? It's no point speaking to them as a practitioner. They haven't done the courses you've done. They haven't had the life experience you had. And by not sharing that experience with them means that they don't know what you're talking about, basically. It means that by using their words, it means that you recognize how they're feeling. The platforms on the videos, grab your phone and speak. Don't polish them too much. It depends where you're at in your video experience. So no, I don't recommend it. I use iMovie, or I use my phone. I use Zoom. Most of us online businesswomen have Zoom. I would use Zoom. You can share there. There's lots of different things out there that you can use. Don't overwhelm yourself with technology or platforms or anything like that. Whatever you have available, you will use, and your audience will that will endear them, because that's what they're used to seeing you as. So don't go out and rush out and buy all of this equipment and all of these different apps and programs to use if you don't already use them, because it's important that you show up as yourself and not overwhelm yourself. So those of you on the webinar today, thank you for attending. And I hope I did all right for my first webinar. As I said, I have lots of vulnerability around this, but I'm fairly excited to say that I have done it, and I'm really excited that you are here. If you're on the webinar today, I am starting a course that we will build 7 videos together, which then you are able to reproduce in your business. But they are also evergreen sales videos that when your clients ask you a question, you'll be able to answer it, and you will get to that point where you're going to make it easy for your clients to say yes. It is a 14-week course, because we do one video at a time and spend 2 weeks on it together as a group. So you have more than ample chance to speak with me and the other participants in the group, which is really exciting. Anyone on the course today, actually, why they're on here, does get a $300 discount. After the webinar finishes, then the early bird will be $6.99. So yeah, so if you're interested, please message me today, and I will actually give you a link to join me. Or you've got further questions. The videos we are creating are, the first one's the frequently asked questions, and that actually is about your business. So the questions that people want to ask you about your business that you need to repeat, or you don't even know people need to know. It's like, why do you use Zoom? Do I get the same amount of, attention if it was a one-to-one client as I do in a group program? Anything that's about your business, these are the frequently asked questions that help your clients say yes quicker to selling with you, and not sit out there in Never Land not understanding what you're doing. Yep, there certainly is a link we can check out, Tricia, and I will put it in there now for you. Thank you for reminding me. I do have all of these things all ready, but as I said, I am panicking. So this is how you can there you go. There's a link if you want to click on that, and that will give you more information. I will also, in a moment, put up the links for you for how to create a playlist in Facebook and YouTube. And there's also a video in there to help you to tag your videos within Facebook. Please go out and do it. It takes a few seconds. Whenever you do a live, make sure that you tag it and think about the title in your videos, because they are searchable. So if somebody wants to know about the visual sale, anything I've done about the visual sale, they can search, because Facebook has, as I said, 2 million people search Facebook a day. So it is worth optimizing your posts and videos for that. So is there any more questions I can help you with? If not, we've come up to the half an hour, which is awesome. And thanks, June. So thank you for joining me today. I hope that you received something out of it. Please reach out to me if you have any more questions, and I'll see you all soon. just pop up. Also, why was this here? The links to learn about how to tag. Won't be a second. I'll just put the last one up. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you all soon. Bye.